Hello and welcome to Naija's Geeking Out podcast. For the first time in a while, some irresponsible people are back on the podcast. So they've been missing episodes here and there, left, right, and center. But, but thanks to Darko's hard work, we finally have a full podcast going into the new month. Darko, how are you doing? First of all,
What is that evil laughter I'm hearing in the background?
I don't know. Is anything I'm saying not factually correct here?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's,
Mm.
some of us kept the ship rolling. Make sure that we're there for the audience. While some people were gallivanting, doing God knows, doing God knows what.
Yeah. Ready, whatever you are right now. How are you doing?
People hating on our freedom, and it's okay. I'm fine. When I get out and see the sun, it's nice. It's nice out there.
Hitting on your freedom. Or like some
Yes.
people will say, Happy Treason Day, Abby.
It's that
Yeah.
man there that says
Mm.
it. We kick them out.
And last but not, well, last and the, well,
And
Tex.
and the
How are,
least, and the least. We just add it.
What's
Those are
what's with the violence
no, I
today?
just want to say that when I start my own, you guys don't look at gigs, this guy, you're all this too much.
your own
And
has always been too much.
they know that they will now say, I'm bringing nuclear this thing to
To kill
speech fight.
fly. Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine today. Thank you for asking.
But it's
Take
good to
asking.
have you back. It's been a while though.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Yeah. So this week we are going to be continuing or concluding on
Mm-hmm.
Ironheart.
Mm-hmm.
But before we do that, we have to pay our respects to a legend, a titan in the industry that
Yeah,
unfortunately passed away last week.
yeah,
Jim Shooter. Uh,
yeah.
Kex, do you want to take this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, big titan. I think that's a really good word that you use actually because and they will tell you that the measure of you getting old is when you start losing your heroes. But I mean, Jim Shooter is probably not a hero, but he's definitely an icon. I
Yes.
would say of the industry. Both with he's one of the people that started Valiant, but he's known mostly for his great work at Marvel,
Yeah.
and not just as the editor. Not no, I think it was like an editor in chief or
Yeah.
assistant editor or something.
Yep. For a while. Yep.
At Marvel. Yeah, he also gave us Secret Wars, which we
Yes.
reviewed. Marvel Secret Wars, which we reviewed, I think maybe like a year ago. But also he brought in a lot of policy changes at Marvel. Some good, a lot good, but some maybe not so good. Um, uh, One of the things that I heard about him was like very tight on deadlines.
Yep.
So people were not he wasn't allowing it, but also he also fought for royalties. So if you hit a certain like benchmark in your sales or like even in your work in your turnaround, he was rewarding that. He was making sure that people were getting rewarded for that in terms of royalties. But he also again, like I say one bad thing, I say one good thing, I say one bad thing. He was also incredibly homophobic. So he just did not allow them to put strict gay characters. You couldn't put gay characters on in Marvel at the time. So people were concealing the sexuality of characters that they were creating. Like North Star was created, and of course North Star is gay, but at the time when it was created, they did not let Jim shoot. No. But there was a lot of conflict at the time within Marvel while he was there. But still, I mean, he left, did Valiant. He did a lot of. I think he created Doctor Solar. I don't know if you guys, you
I
maybe the old know Doctor Solar a bit more.
I remember
But
Dr. Solar, but
if you see him, you will know him.
yeah, yeah,
He's like a Cyclops almost rip off like this. He wears red. He has like goggles, and then he has like a radioactive. This thing, very old character, very
yeah.
80s character.
He's
You know him.
It was
You
Valiant.
know
Oh,
him.
yeah, of
You
course
know
I
him.
know him. Yeah, he's from
Yeah,
Valiant.
yeah. But yeah, so R.I.P. He died. I think he had cancer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
73 years old. But yeah, I mean, his most iconic work that I can think of off the top of my head is Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you guys? That one?
I mean, without a doubt, Secret Wars. That to me that was his high
Yeah.
point, and he was editor in chief for God knows a lot of time back in the
Mm.
80s/90s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's a guy who oversaw a lot of things, and I always
Yeah.
remember he used to have a column as well back in those days in the comics, and he was
Mm.
one thing I was surprised at was he's the guy. Let me use a decent phrase. He betrayed DC. He was working for DC, and he was meant to be the person heading the fight back about against that Marvel's dominance in the era. And they
Yeah.
didn't realize he'd secretly signed up for Marvel, and he was scared to tell them,
Yeah,
and he just left. I think a day or two before he was joining them,
yeah.
he just
Bloody
walked
hell.
out. Yeah, no, there was a lot of the villain books he did, but one thing I remember him for was this comics where oh god, it's now I'm gonna forget the name again.
Which one?
Archer and Armstrong or Eternal
No,
Warrior?
no, no. He did this new universe. I think it was called New Universe that he did for Marvel. Don't you guys remember these books?
Which one?
Yes. Now the new X-Men,
No,
the
no, no,
Oh,
no,
the
no,
new.
new.
no, 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 no. Oh
Okay.
God, sorry, I'll get the name of them in a minute. I
Okay.
don't think those characters don't even exist anymore.
Okay. Okay.
They were called. Oh God, now I can't find the names.
And this was for Marvel, was it?
It was almost like a separate imprint from
Okay. Okay.
Marvel.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
it's called New Universe. There was a one of the characters has been recently brought back into Marvel during the whole. You know when Hickman was writing
Yeah.
Starbrand and Co. It was Star.
I know
Okay.
Starbrand, but I'm not sure I know the
It was
world
Yeah,
building
Starbrand.
behind.
this
So
is fun as
There was
well.
like a few titles. While you guys are talking,
Okay.
I'm
find out.
trying to
Yeah.
dig it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do know Starbrand, but yeah, I mean I mean he worked at Valiant, worked at DC, Marvel, um, Dark Horse. But yeah, I mean the guy's CV was very, very, very varied. I mean, yeah, talk about like a real comic head.
So
Red,
yeah,
yeah, go
so I don't know if I have too much to add. Well, he's been referred to as the guy who saved the comic book industry in the 80s.
Yep.
on.
Yeah.
He actually turned Marvel to profitability.
Mm,
Back then, royalties. I
yeah,
do remember his Kovacs saga,
Oh,
Avengers.
he did
yes,
Turok as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that one is, I mean, I remember that more than, well, Hickman's has overshadowed the original Secret Wars
Yep.
for
Mm,
me. So, Kovacs saga on Valiant, I love this whole magic and stuff. So he's
mhm.
Yeah. So guys, I found
Eternal Warrior, Archer and Armstrong. Go ahead, Apple.
no, I just found it was called New Universe. I don't know, okay,
Okay.
and the characters Starbrand came from that universe.
I know Starbrand, but I didn't know the
Yeah,
new
Yeah,
yeah,
universe. Yeah.
and Cyforce was a team in that universe. I remember Cyforce with
No, no,
what
no.
Simonson, Night
yes, I,
Mask,
huh?
Cyforce,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
like
PSY.
PSI, like side.
yes, correct, yes. Then
Extraordinary.
Kickers, DP7. It was a whole raft of books,
I don't know. I don't know any of
and
those.
I
Yeah.
think it lasted for about a year or two.
Mm,
But they've brought Starbrand is the one that they've kind of
brought over.
brought into the Marvel universe.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's he was writing Starbrand, the original one. It was very good. It was a very even up to now. I'm sure it would live up to if you read it. It's one of those stories where like the first superhero in a universe type, and you get this
Yeah.
power.
Oh, okay.
And if, I think his first act, I hope I'm remembering this right, he destroys half his hometown. You know, because with the Star brand and
Wow.
stuff like that. Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's, I mean, he's been. There's a lot you can talk about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because he's been so ever present in that period, it's hard to not almost over credit him with a lot of other
Yeah.
things.
Mm.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it's not often you come across someone who is an editor, a writer, a
yeah.
penciler, an artist. That's a full jack of all trades. A publisher. He did really good. He will be missed. He will be missed.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's one of those Mount Rushmore type,
exactly.
John
Yeah.
Romita Senior.
Yeah,
Kind of John Byrne,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pioneers of it all. So of comic books, modern comic books anyway. So yeah, rest in peace, Jim Shooter.
Yep.
and there was another death
Yep.
recently this week, and that's the death of Julian McMahon, who you will remember as Doctor Doom
Mhm.
in the 2003.
No, no, no.
We're not going to help you out.
That
We're not going to.
that's
2004. What year?
8
What?
or 9? I don't know.
Well, I thought it was earlier
2008.
than that.
No, no. Oh, you said 2008. Sorry,
No, no,
sorry, I think
no.
you said
Is it
19.
earlier? Yeah, sometime
2005.
Yeah.
5.
2005. Okay, okay, okay,
I watched
okay.
it in the UK. Okay, all right. I
In
can't
the
remember. Rise of the Silver
2005
Surfer. Okay.
Fantastic Four, and
Okay.
yeah, and Rise of the Silver Surfer, which was 2 years later in 2007. So he played Victor Von Doom. And he died at 56. I was
Yeah.
very, very young. I know the last time I saw him was on this Netflix series. I think it was the one about the murder in the White House that
The
had,
residents.
yeah, the residents. Yes, the
Yeah.
residents. Yeah, yeah. And in there, in there, he played an Australian prime minister, and in real life, he's the son of an Australian prime minister.
His dad is an Australian
So,
Prime
former
Minister.
Oh,
Australian
really?
prime minister. Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah, he's the only son of the man. So yeah, he died of, I think he died of cancer of some sort. I don't even
Yeah.
remember. But yeah, I mean, I loved this guy as Victor Von Doom. I literally remember some of his lines from the movie, the first one. You know, where when he froze, there was a bit where he freezes what's that guy's name? Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so,
Wait.
what happens when what happens when you super cool, no, not super cool, when you superheat like rubber or something, and then he's oh, don't worry anyway. But yeah, he had some good lines. He was like a very cool Doctor Doom
Yeah.
in the whole thing. I thought it was good. He was in Nip Tuck. He was in Charmed. He's been in quite a few things.
It's funny you say all of this.
Mm,
When I heard the news, obviously,
mm,
I know him from Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
the two
mm,
movies.
mm,
I did not. I was struggling to think of anything else I've actually ever
Exactly.
seen him in.
Same here. I've not seen any other thing he's been. Yeah,
okay.
I've not seen any
You,
other
you
show.
never watched Nip Tuck then?
Nope, never watched TikTok. No, Nip
Okay.
Talk.
Nip
I
Tuck.
know of it, but I've never watched it.
Mhm.
Nip Talk. I heard it was in FBI or something like that. What's
Red,
that?
Do you know he was in
Red,
Runaways?
are you echoing a
The one-
bit?
Am I echoing? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're echoing to
No, we
me.
can hear you. I can hear you.
I can hear you, but you're echoing to me.
Oh,
No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's carry on. You know he was in Runaways as well.
Oh,
I've not seen any
I
of those.
remember. Yes, he was.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm. So he was in more than one. He was in Dealt Gently.
Oh, that I know. That I remember. Yeah.
So that I don't remember him
So
in
you
that.
had seen him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It
remember
just
that.
probably
Okay.
didn't stick. It just probably didn't stick. Yeah. So well, our condolences to his family. 56 is really young. And yeah, that's a good. I mean, he was a better Doctor Doom than the last one we had. It was I think it was not Tobin Bell.
That,
Come
that's
on.
that's not very hard.
That's not
No, no, no.
like
It doesn't matter.
that's
It was better
a
that's
than
very
not
that.
that's
that's
a
not a
very
It's just
low.
the same
challenge.
way.
Like
It's just the same way. We can say one Superman was better than the other. So we
no,
can say
it's
yeah.
not even
No,
the
no, no, no,
same.
no,
No, it's
no,
not
no,
the
no, no,
same
no,
way.
no.
It's not
This
the
is
same.
very
It
low
is.
bar.
It's not.
Yeah, that was a shit Doctor Doom. He was a better Doctor Doom. I don't know what we're talking about.
That
And who knows? We
comparison
haven't
is
seen
like it's not even fair to him
no.
himself.
It's
We
not.
haven't
It's
even
not
seen
complimentary.
Yeah.
RDJ. Let RDJ show first. He might even be better.
When you're saying it's better than
So,
RDJ, that's an
so
understandable this thing.
let's see first. But so far he's our Doctor Doom that we've seen, the best one we've seen on TV or in live action anyway. Yeah, so rest in peace, Julian McMahon. Yes. Moving on to another almost I won't call it a death, but I'll call it like a
A milestone event.
an ending of an era. What?
Yeah, no, you're right. That's better. I said milestone event, but ending of
Yeah.
an era is also good.
Yeah. Yeah, this week, Michael Douglas officially retired from acting. 80-year-old Michael Douglas, Hank Pym, said, you know what, it's been a good ride. I've had a good time. I think I'm going to hang it up and I don't think I'm coming back. So I don't think it was any one thing that happened, but it's just sad that, we're not going to see. I mean, it's not sad that we're not going to see his Hank Pym. I never really, really liked his Hank Pym. I did not like it. I just never really.
Oh, really?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I always wanted, like, if I wanted a Hank Pym, I think I would have wanted someone who was 50s,
You wanted someone
60s.
younger.
You wanted someone
Yeah,
young?
I would have like a Josh Brolin age range. Not Josh Brolin type, but age range. Him as Hank Pym was, it just felt like so. He was already 70 something then. I was like,
Was he? When did
Yeah,
it
yeah.
start? When was the
he
first
would have
one?
had to
When
be.
was the
He's
first
80 now. The first
one?
Ant
Yeah.
Man would
Yeah.
have been maybe 10 years ago,
No, yeah, he
right?
was. Yeah, he was an
I
elderly.
think it would have been
Yeah.
70 ish. So I just thought this guy's a bit old to be Hank Pym. Great voice, good actor. He delivered. He did really well because he's Michael Douglas. The Game, Fatal Attraction, Basic Instincts. You
Romancing the
know,
Stone, Jewel of the
Romancing the
Nile.
Stone, Jewel of the
Oh,
Nile.
Romancing the Stone.
The
Yeah,
guy
that was
is
big.
the guy
Yeah.
can act.
Falling down. Is it falling down?
He was falling down.
Yeah, falling
Yeah,
down. Yeah, falling down.
in the
Yeah,
80s. Yeah.
yeah. I love that film. I
I
love.
like that movie a lot.
I love
You
that
know, when
film.
I was younger, I didn't get it, and I was like, "Why is this guy so angry?"
Oh,
But when I got older, I think I watched it on Sky again, and I was like, "Okay, this film is not bad."
Oh, he
Yeah,
was in Ghost and the Darkness
yes, that
with
was
the
a really
lions.
that was almost like
Yeah,
a comeback because I hadn't seen him in a long time before that.
I think that
With
was
Val Kilmer,
yeah with Val Kilmer. Yeah,
yeah, like I hadn't seen him in a while before that. But yeah, and his last movie, unfortunately, is Quantum Mania, which is a bit of a scene on an illustrious career. And fun fact, Evangeline Lilly, who played Hope Van Dyne,
yep.
hmm
her last film, because she stepped back from acting as well.
Oh, actually,
Hers yeah, last year she was like she's gonna take a break. Her last movie as well was Quantum Mania. So
if I'm correct, she
yeah.
is very rich. She's a model endeavors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I do know that there's something about her that somebody told me that. Oh yeah, she. I hope I'm not mixing it up with
Doesn't need the money.
some other
I think you're
actress.
mixing that with
yeah,
someone
No,
else.
I think I might be. Sorry, I think I'm mixing
mixing
up.
up with someone else.
No,
Oh, okay. It's
I,
Julia Dreyfus that you're mixing up with.
Dreyfus,
yeah,
yeah,
it's Julia
yeah,
Dreyfus.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right. It's
Dreyfus,
Julia Dreyfus.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
mixing her
yeah,
up.
yeah,
I'm mixing her up with.
yeah.
Cool,
But
cool, cool.
yeah, I mean, thank you for everything, Mr. Douglas, and enjoy your retirement.
Yeah, I have to say, can I just shout? Yeah, that whole lineage has provided us movies from almost the
Oh
40s.
my God. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
From Kirk
yeah,
Douglas to Michael Douglas.
yeah.
Do they have a? Does he have any offspring that might be kind on this?
I think he has a.
as a son.
He must have a son. He has a son that has done something. He has a
Okay.
son that has done something. But yeah, that's the producer. Check that out. Uh, but okay, cool. Now, what's next, guys? What are we talking about next? Cameron Douglas
Cameron Douglas.
is
Okay,
his
yeah,
son.
but they might not
Yes,
be
yes.
in the business, I guess.
Who's an actor?
Oh, he's an actor. Oh, okay, okay.
An actor. Who's an actor? Yes. Okay, that's good. That's good. So we'll continue to be entertained by the Douglases. Right. Let's move on to the meat of the show. Today,
Before we go into that, there's been some early reviews. Okay, so officially tomorrow is the day embargo lifts on Superman,
Yep.
the movie.
No, so let's not talk about Superman at
I
all.
completely agree. I completely
Let's
agree.
just leave it.
We should
I know
just
you.
leave it to
I
our
know.
next.
I know you're excited, but yeah,
Let's
let's
leave it.
not.
Let's leave
Let's
it.
just leave it.
Okay.
Let's not.
Curb your enthusiasm.
We are dedicating the next episode fully
Yeah.
to Superman.
To
We
Superman.
have some
Yes.
as well.
Okay.
Tunde cannot wait. We know you can't
Of
wait.
course not. I'm going to see this on Wednesday as soon as it drops here.
We don't hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
why they're getting it before us. I just
I
don't get
mean,
it.
it's on. Oh, well, you know.
it's not fair. You guys are well backwards, so it's fine. But yeah.
Well, I mean, let them get the 100K they're going to get out of your cinemas and just be done.
Jesus Christ!
Then let the
Euros? 100K euros?
then let the rest of the world step up. You know, just count that one for whatever.
That's an insult. But
That's, that's Ohio.
a whole
Ohio is about 100K.
One village in
Come
Ohio.
wow.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
It's okay.
But yeah,
We'll
yeah,
do
yeah.
that
Let's,
later.
let's move on to the meat of the show.
Okay, the meat of the show is going to be Ironheart, the conclusion of the last three episodes dropped during the week. We started the review from last week where we talked about the first three episodes.
Yes.
And now some of us are here with like shit on our face or proven right about how it
Hmm.
ended based on our predictions. But before we get into that, I want to check with Kex and Red.
I
Have
watched
you
it.
you've watched it, Red?
Mhm.
I've watched it. I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, because you guys are not here for the discussion of the one, two, three.
This is that's how you were talking your anyhow that time. I was just looking at you. I was here last week. We
How was
discussed
it
it.
fair? Okay.
No, we
Oh my God.
discussed it. You didn't
Mhm.
remember. You didn't even ask me for my review, and I was like, "What am I doing here?" You were like, "Oh, I forgot. Have you seen
Yeah, exactly.
it?" Exactly. And I was like, "Oh, somebody I've not shown." I'm like, "Okay, continue." Now, egg on your face. Continue.
I will gladly take that egg just to yab Kex. It's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Kex.
Yes, I've watched it. I said I've
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
it.
yeah. I want to just for the first three episodes, like because you have not spoken on this particular show at
Mm.
all. Overall impressions.
I didn't like the first three episodes. Let me not even say the first three episodes. No. Where did Zelma turn up?
I think it was 4 or 5.
Four. I
I
think it
think
was
about
four.
four. Yeah,
Four. I
yeah,
think it
Yeah.
was
yeah.
the first three episodes. I, I I was struggling. I was struggling. I was struggling. I don't like the costume, and unfortunately, she's a very abrasive character. I don't like her character at all. So she's not likable. So she didn't have the likability factor. I liked a lot of other characters, but not her.
Yeah.
I liked the guy who played
Ziki.
Zeke Stain.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alden something
Eric,
Alden
Ed.
Wright, Eric Alden Wright,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. Now he was supposed to be the next big star.
Yep.
But he had like I know he had like a scandal, kind of sexual harassment, kind of something. So he dropped
Oh,
out for a bit. And was yeah, I
okay.
think he was accused. But now even if you're accused, you're finished.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he just dropped off the radar. So I'm even surprised that Disney brought him in to do this. I liked the character he was before he turned to 16. I liked who he became when he was 16. I like the guy. Um, I think he's a good actor. I like the guy that uses the knives, the stiletto guy, the in the gang.
Cousin.
His cousin. Yeah, I can't remember his
Others.
name.
Manny Montana, John.
Yeah, Manny is his real name. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
can't remember his name in the show.
John.
I like that character a
What's cousin?
lot. I think he's a very good. I think he's Breaking Bad level of acting. But the thing
Really?
is, it's so ethnic. Yeah,
He's been in some very good shows where he has played a
but
like yeah.
But
yeah.
it wasn't Breaking Bad.
No, I don't.
No, it
Yes.
wasn't a Breaking Bad.
I don't think so. I think you're confusing him with someone. He looks like
It
someone.
looks like someone in Breaking Bad, but it wasn't. Yeah.
So
Oh, it wasn't.
he's not that guy who's like assistant to Gusto.
No.
No,
That
no.
one was played. That one played Mark Gargan in
Oh yeah, Scorpion. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one
You're
plays
right.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
He's a different character, but
So
I like that guy a lot. I think he's a really good actor. I think
yeah.
I like him a lot. Even the guy that played Parker Robbins is a good actor, but he's not Parker Robbins. That's my challenge
Yeah.
with it. I think he's a good actor. He was in Twisters with David Cornsworth, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
But
Uh,
I'll pause you there before we go into characters, just like your
okay.
overall impression of the show. Then we can move on.
First three episodes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I could have left it. I did first two episodes. If I had to rate it, I would be like
Oh,
Okay.
better than us.
2.7. I understand that she's a stupid character.
Yeah.
So it's not like they wrote her stupidly. No,
She
she's a stupid
a
character.
character.
She's a
Exactly.
careless character. So it's not like you have a hyper intelligent person that is doing stupid. No, she is super intelligent. She's a genius level person, but she's actually careless and quite yeah. But I mean careless. I mean with people's feelings, people's emotions, with things in general.
Yeah.
I had no issues with the writing of this show. Maybe I'll give it a 2.7 just because the main character was just so
Okay.
unlikable.
That's overall, or just for
First three episodes.
overall? What up overall at the end of the day?
Oh my god, the last three episodes picked up massively for
Oh,
me.
okay.
Massively. The introduction of Zelma and Magic. I questioned why Hood as the villain of this show, because I'm like, well, technology. Why are you bringing a magic villain into a technology show? And why Hood? But when Zelma appeared and she started talking, it felt very I can't remember what Wanda, excuse me, what Wanda shop is called, but it
Very,
felt
very.
it felt organic to me. What, sorry?
That's a very future looking, forward looking to the next phase.
Yeah, a
So
little bit.
okay.
I would be
So
like, okay, so Strange Academy can work.
yeah,
It made me feel like Strange Academy can work. Zelma has a great deal of charisma. Her AI, yeah, sometimes she got on my nerves, to be honest. By the way, Chris Summer was in this as Zelma's mom, and Chris Summer
That's
was
the
the
mama.
voice of.
Different world.
She's from different worlds. She was the voice of Terry McGinnis' friend in Batman Beyond. If you ever
mm,
saw Batman Beyond, there was a black girl
yeah,
there. It picked up massively, and once that character, the one
the
that we
one.
all,
Yeah,
yeah, showed up,
it
went up,
picked.
went up
Okay,
massively. He's very good as that character. Very good.
okay, that's.
Ve-
I'm glad it picked up for you.
oh
But
yeah, yeah. The,
wow,
the finale, I
but
liked the
that
finale.
boy squeezing his face. I'm guessing
It's fine.
I'm
It
guessing it
won't
did
work
pick up
for
for that
everybody.
though.
It won't work for everybody.
Mm,
That's the
the
thing.
last three episodes, it didn't pick up.
So, weirdly, this is weird because I agree with quite a few of his points,
Yeah,
but overall, I still didn't like the show. What picked up for me more than anything else was that character we've not mentioned.
yeah.
I thought he was excellent.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I liked Zelma, but I had a very weird issue with Zelma. I don't know if it's an issue actually, but we'll come to it in a minute. I still didn't like the show. I still did not like um, the main character at all throughout,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the way they brought in Zelma.
Can I interrupt you on that one?
Yes, you're gone. Sorry.
She's not. I don't think she's meant to be likable.
Oh but I don't like the show. She's the main focus. I don't like her, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't really,
Fair enough.
I
Fair
didn't
enough.
really see
Fair enough.
who. And don't get me wrong, I have seen shows
Fair
where
enough.
I've not liked anybody. I still enjoy the show,
Mm,
but
mm,
my dislike for her, there was nothing really to counterbalance it. That okay,
mm.
that this very deep religion show. It's almost like watching the Expanse. Expanse had a lot of this unlikable characters. If I'm being honest, there's one guy that was not really likable. Sorry.
Who wasn't likable in Expanse?
Well, the morality, but then the writing was so good. You still felt for them.
Oh, okay, I get what you're
Like
saying. Okay,
Amos.
that's
Amos
Amos. Okay,
Amos is a great example.
you can't say you don't like Amos.
Yeah, But I've seen
You
shows where I
only
don't like
show.
anybody. That, but I like the show because the writing is so strong. The writing's not strong enough for me to forgive what I'm watching with Riri.
Okay.
Okay.
They bring in of the magic bit. Now, when they walked into that shop, when they walked into that shop, I had a kind of break in reality for me.
Yeah,
It, it,
I
it,
understand that.
I can't. I don't explain it. Was it?
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah. The casual nature of how this is suddenly we walked into these Doctor Strange level people. Eh,
Yeah.
But weirdly
Yeah.
enough, I've always been against this. I've always been against race swapping.
Mm-hmm.
Yet weirdly enough,
Mm-hmm.
Selma Stanton looks so much like the character from the comics, despite not being the same race. It was unbelievable. And I was like this. I was almost like this. And the screen just stood at the screen.
Wait, that one,
Yes.
I'm going to pause you there
Yes.
because I want to talk about the characters separately.
Okay.
So
Oh,
before
okay. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
So
fine.
I want to pick up some of the characters
Okay.
separately.
No,
So,
that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine. That's
Red.
fine.
Just quickly, the last three episodes for you, pick up or let down.
Um, how do I put this? I didn't
Okay.
dislike it as much as the first three, but actually, it's not as bad as the first three. It did pick up, but
Okay.
not pick up to. It's still not a
enough.
good show. It's still not a good
It's
show
not a
for
good
me.
show for you.
No,
Okay.
you could have
Okay.
done better.
Yeah. I think that's the sentiment from I think I'm more aligned with you guys, weirdly enough, because I was disappointed about some aspect of the plot where there are things I expected to happen, or I was disappointed with the arc of Riri overall at the end. Even though, like Kek said, it is very in line with her character.
Exactly.
Like they establishes the kind of person she
It's
was.
expected.
Yes. I was hoping that this show is about her learning a lesson and not just doubling down.
So I have a question. I have a
Yeah,
question. So
yeah.
does this track with Riri character in the comics?
No,
No, this is
I don't know enough about. I don't
no, no, no,
know
Okay.
enough
no.
Okay.
The answer is
Okay.
a flat no.
it's
Okay.
yeah.
And I don't really care. If I'm being
Okay.
honest,
Mhm.
what did the last three? I thought, okay, fine. This is a different character. They're going with a different route with her. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
in a way, I think I can handle it better that way. Thinking of it that way. Okay, this is totally different morality, different viewpoint. Everything's different.
different.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something here. I prefer this character to the one in the comics.
By far, I was waiting for you to finish.
Yeah,
Not to say, but I was like, this is the most interesting I've ever found. Really,
exactly. I might not like her, but she's far
I
more
don't.
interesting a person than
I
the
don't.
comic one. The comic is just a sassy genius, which
Yeah.
is fine. But this has
This
some
one is very flawed.
exactly.
Like, I couldn't understand why. Oh, sorry, go on. Sorry,
Yeah.
Red. Go on. I interrupted you. Go on.
You interrupted Tunde, not me.
No, it's
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. No, so it's fine. But I think we are done with like overall views.
Mhm.
yeah,
So I
Yeah.
want to start with Rere herself, a
Okay.
character.
Okay.
Like
Mm.
one thing one of the reviews I was watching said something that struck with me that Rere and Tony they are similar in their recklessness, but Tony is just more charismatic.
Yes,
Tony is just more likable.
yes,
They are both
yes,
very careless with people's feelings. They are both very
yes,
careless. They are both very arrogant in their
yes,
behavior.
yes,
They are
yes, yes.
they are very
Yeah,
similar
yeah,
personality
yes,
types. But Tony
yeah,
as a personality is just like, oh,
yeah.
it's just more charismatic, it's just more
I
suave
mean,
with his personality and all of
I,
that.
I, I- I'll I'll give two examples of what you said, which
Yeah,
is completely correct. I mean, Tony created Ultron, right? And he created it because we were like, oh, I want to create a shield around the world. Oh, it was almost like you pushed what's that guy's name that he did it with Banner
yeah,
into doing it. You didn't consider the morality of it. It was just like "Ah, we need to do this. I need to do this. It was I. There was a lot of I in
yeah,
his
Mhm.
mindset. He he did that when in the last one, not Infinity War, Endgame, when he got back from space, when he was brought back from space and he had lost weight and everything, and he was just angry and just having a go at everyone. I was like, he's a very self-centered character. He's just more charismatic about it,
Right.
and that's so true.
Can I add to that?
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
He's better written than Riri.
Easy.
Yes, because all those bad things he was doing, you could see why he was doing it. He tried to justify himself. I'm a Iron Man hater personally,
Yeah,
but the character, I hate the character, the way that character itself. What the character is well written in his flaws. In from armored what do you call it, a warfare dealer, Ultron. It's
Yeah,
not just Ultron. He consistently makes these
yeah,
decisions that are bad. Even what he did with Vision could have gone so wrong.
arbitrarily. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
it's flawed. Now, yes, Rue is the same character, but she's just written. I don't even know why does the thing she does.
No, but I get why she's doing.
No,
Listen,
I don't.
because
Okay.
Riri,
I don't buy it. With her, it just comes across. I'm looking at her
why don't you? What don't you buy about it?
because it's not well acted, not well scripted, not well directed. So I don't buy into it. All I'm saying is you're an idiot, you're an idiot, you're an idiot. That's all I'm feeling about her. Whereas with Tony, I'm thinking you're an asshole. But I can,
Well,
it's almost like I'm watching one and I'm very meh about her rubbishness. I'm watching one, I'm more angry at. So with Tony, I was more angry at him, at his justification of what he did. But
so do
I was
they?
invested in the writing. I was invested in the character.
So
Yeah, go on.
So okay. So do they tie Riri's reason, her why, to her trauma? Unlike Tony, who's just plain selfish.
Well, they do in a way.
Partly, partly,
She wants
partly.
to great things for first responders.
She is also
Yeah.
just selfish. Someone pointed out to that
It's
that's
Oh,
like
she's
yeah,
absolutely.
that idea
yeah,
is a very dumb idea.
yeah,
If you also create things for first responders, there are
yes,
so many other ways you could have done, and that's why I think I find that she's lying to herself.
yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
I never felt even with Tony. As much as I disagree with Tony, I could kind of see why he's thinking that way, and I disagreed with it. When I look at Rudy, I'm just like, I can't even get the energy up to disagree with her. I just think she's so stupid. I'm really struggling to explain the
Oh, and
difference.
she's not a teenager, right?
she's in her
But she's barely
twenties.
post-teen. Is she? Is she not
Yeah,
19?
she's still in that mad
Yeah, yeah.
era.
She's still a.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think if she's anything, she's maybe 2021. If
yeah.
anything.
I don't think she's 20. You know.
As if she's a
She's no,
genius. Yeah, she's really
I'm
she's
just
fast.
saying
post.
because she's MIT and and obviously I think she got there when she was 15.
Yeah,
So let's even say she's done 4 years. Let's say she's 19,
Yeah,
right? Let's just
yeah.
say that.
That's in my mind. I've put her around that 19
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
You know.
because I find it interesting that you can identify closely with Tony's flaws,
Yeah.
and
I'll tell you exactly
you can
why.
understand what you can understand him better than you can understand Riri. Okay,
I'll tell you exactly why.
yeah,
It's honestly it's because Tony's a guy. It's true. It's
Okay.
not. It's not to
Okay.
say. It's
Okay.
not. No,
Or, no, if you say that, I had the same issue
It's,
with Wonder, but why did I understand Wonder as well?
no, because you've seen Wonder from the movies, you understand Wonder's trauma. This is a Riri's film where we are seeing Riri for the first time. And Riri, one thing I wanted to call out as well is
Mhm.
I don't like. It makes sense. I've worked with them, but I don't like Riri being or playing or being played into the angry black woman stereotype, and that's how she came across to me a lot. This she
That,
was
that's that,
very
that
sassy.
that's where I was going with the trauma, but you brought it up. Continue.
Yes, it was very sassy, very like the bit where she's standing up to the knife guy.
yeah.
I'm like,
So,
you want to face off against this guy? Like, what are you
Kex,
going to do about it? I'm like, yeah, go on. Sorry.
I like that. I like that idea of the black this thing because the show intentionally calls her out whenever she does
Mm.
that. From the I mentioned this last week that from the get go, whenever she starts giving all those talking points,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
someone there to slap her down, or the show goes, yeah, your viewpoint is does not make sense. Even when she's talking with her mom, and she takes off with the Iron Man
The
suit.
victim, the
no,
victim
she
self.
Yeah,
does this.
like
And like,
whenever she switches into that, like I like that the show is not validating her behavior.
mm,
Yeah,
no, yeah, yeah. I mean, no, the show doesn't. I mean, the show makes it clear that she's a spoiled. She doesn't
yeah,
have much, but she's spoiled.
but
Okay,
she's
but
not.
maybe that's the
Like,
difference actually between her and
rude.
Tony.
Yeah,
The victim, she does victim mode way more than Tony does.
Tony doesn't do it at all.
Yeah. I just
I
thought
agree.
way
I agree.
more.
I agree. Tony owns it.
Tony doesn't come
Yeah.
across as never comes across as a victim,
No,
but she
no.
does a lot. Maybe that's the key difference for me.
no, I don't think she comes across as a victim.
Oh,
She uses to excuse herself.
yeah,
Her
that's what I'm saying now.
actions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's like
But
saying,
it's the
then,
old
but then
victim.
she got, but then the show calls her out, right?
Yeah.
Every time, like, why? And she comes up with an excuse, and nobody's buying it.
yeah,
She's not been able to get away with it.
There's this
She's
bit
the
where
character I expect. You know when you watch a show,
yeah,
there's always this character that's a bad person, but it's not the
yeah,
main character who does
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing. It's
Who
always
does
playing the
the
victim
thing?
card, and then somebody's calling it out. But and that character is always somebody you dismiss, and you're waiting for the comeuppance, the final comeuppance by the hero. But in this show, she's the main person, and I think, oh god, I can't stand you. I want somebody else to slap you down.
Yeah.
But
You know?
let me play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could this be based on your expectations? Because right now, this show has not shown you she's a hero. Everything she's
Oh
done
no,
is just
my expectations
so.
has been gone out the window after the first three.
Okay,
Me and to speak
so
about this.
yeah.
okay, so because right now
Yeah.
she's not a hero. Is there a path to redemption? Maybe, I don't know, but
I
I'm not
think
sure
I
the
think
pictures.
to be like the
Yeah.
best route for
She's
her
not.
now.
Mhm.
I think today or somebody said it is to just take a full villain.
No hero.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want a full villain either. I like I like where she is now in that she's still learning. this is a person making obviously bad choices that I'm not 100% sure what decisions she's going to make in future. And I like that for her. I like someone that is still growing, someone whose personality is not completely fixed into good or evil. So because unlike Tony, yeah,
At 19.
at 19, fam, this is our reality is something I feel is very, and this is where I cannot speak. I think it's very relatable to people. And this is why I don't want to speak for Americans to Americans is
That's
because yes,
that's a stereotype. But continue.
it's a stereotype. I get. I'm saying
Okay.
it's relatable in that people know people that act like this, or people have seen this kind of characters played on TV. Because I've seen this type of character played on TV so much, and I'm going to call out one like this Dear White People TV show. It's an old TV show where you have black people that are always talking about racism and how that's the
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
for everything
yeah,
that is wrong. I get
yeah.
where they are coming from, but calling having a character having those same talking points
Mhm.
and then being pointed out that hey, this might there is obviously some issues here,
Mhm.
but there are also some issues with you personally.
Yeah,
I think it's an interesting balance for me that I don't think I've
yeah,
seen in TV shows in a long time. So yeah,
yeah.
that's where I
I mean,
appreciate her. Yeah,
she's once I got into the maybe like, and I think I got into it from like episode 4,
yeah,
and I was like, okay, you know what? I don't necessarily need to root for this girl. Let me just watch the show and just see what happens,
yeah.
because she makes almost consistently the wrong decision all the time,
All the
Yes.
time.
all the time.
It
So instead
depends
of
on how
me, instead of me
she messes you up.
so I moved from where that was of why is this girl so stupid to typical Riri. Let's go. The bad thing you will do it because the bit where she goes, she wants to go and get a piece of the hood,
Yeah, that was
analyze it, and then she swims into that. I'm like,
this is so weird.
If my
how did
12-year-old comes up with that as a plan, oh my jegba.
But you know that's a 12-year-old level of plan.
why?
And even at that's not even acceptable for a 12-year-old.
Why?
It's
Why
that
is it so always self-destructive?
it's that arrogance that I am is like she has
Exactly.
always been validated that she's a genius. That
Yes.
so she thinks she knows best and she thinks
Yes.
she's invincible. She can get away with anything.
And she's still being validated. And
Bye.
there's another thing that annoys me. If you look at what she's done all, up to this point,
Yeah,
all the family and everybody, all the friends are still saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to help you, we're going to help you."
they don't
Okay,
know
this
the
this
extent.
woman,
They don't know
They don't know the
the
extent of her
extent of what she's
madness.
done.
they don't.
No,
I don't.
so she's left
She did tell
destruction.
them all everything.
No, so that she killed Hood's cousin
Killed who
and that
did all this criminal activity.
cause
So let's be very frank.
no,
She's a full blown criminal.
she
Yeah,
is, but
yeah,
no,
okay.
but it's different telling somebody you went to steal for money and to say you've just left destruction in your wake everywhere you've gone. You've killed this guy's cousin because you want to do something stupid. You've you've damaged and destroyed Zexten's life.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Pretty
mean,
much. The guy was yeah.
Yes.
That guy was
just-
that guy was under the radar doing his thing. You went what you're not supposed to do. You
Can
did
you
it.
remember that she blackmailed him all
She blackmailed him to help
to
her.
help him? Can you
Yes.
remember that all?
Get the thing. She carelessly left it there.
Yes.
She allowed him stay in prison
Yes.
to rot for her crimes.
And then she went down to go some sub story. I swear, I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to jump into the screen and start headbutting her.
The guy said, I'll get you out. And it was like, how?
How?
Like, I'm still working on it. I don't
She's
know
like,
yet.
it's
yeah,
very honestly for me, it really fits her age of somebody that is so selfish,
yes,
so self-centered. But they think apologies to all Gen Zs and everything, but they think they think they are very conscious and socially conscious and helpful. And behind all of it, there's a great deal of self-centeredness. I'll give an example now. You give a beggar money on the street, but you take a picture of yourself doing it.
yes,
Well, you almost like you call attention to your own goodness. So this guy is in jail. You know that the right thing to do is to say, confess and say, I did this. Go to the cops and say, oh, listen, I did this. I stole it from him. Find a way to. Although the guy had been caught for
No,
arms
but
dealing.
she let the trail to him. So
She what?
Yeah. She led the trail to him. But
yeah.
I mean,
No,
In her
first of all,
mind, in her mind,
he's in
in
jail
Riri's mind.
for that crime. Oh.
No,
Is
plus
it-
I'm stealing as
Plus,
well.
No,
plus
he's in
arrest.
jail.
Yes, but
No, no, not yeah.
No,
he's been
the
arrested,
arrest.
and so far at the moment, the first crime she is arrested for and why he's in jail for is the crime she committed.
Committed.
Which
Yeah,
is
Then they found out,
Then they discovered
you have done all of this other stuff. Yes,
and stuff
oh,
like
also
that.
Yeah.
also the death of that guy.
Yes,
yes,
that's
yes.
So the
guy
two
we
dead
talk
people in there.
Yeah.
No, the two dead people.
two.
the main guy that was shot.
Oh, the main
by
guy that went to that was killed by the hood.
kill.
The
Yes.
the
And
Mike.
industrialist, the billionaire, the rich guy,
Yes,
and then
And then the
Hood's
white
cousin, and Hood's cousin,
yes,
the guy who was supposed to sign away his
yes.
business.
The knife
but-
guy. Yeah. We
So,
agree.
Stain
okay.
so Stain has been accused of that crime also,
and all the other crimes they've committed.
and all the other crimes they've committed.
Yeah. So,
so-
which is why this whole Gen Z thing, I think she's extra. Why Gen Z might be doing all this Instagram stuff?
No.
This,
No,
I
it's
don't
that
know.
level of callousness.
her level of what she's doing is way beyond that.
No,
Yeah, but
so
I call it that's self-righteousness because in her mind, Riri is not a bad person in her mind.
no, it's not. It's not
Really
self-righteous.
supposed to be
No. I don't think it's self-righteousness. I think
They
in
just
her mind, she knows what she's doing is not good. But I think once she says, "I didn't mean to," that was not what I intended to do. She's okay with it, and in her head, she's like, "Okay, that wasn't my intended outcome." And
remember
so I'm sorry.
I'll,
I'm
I'll
sorry.
call attention to the conversation she had with this simp when she asked him, "Am I a good person?" And
Yes.
it goes with this very very stupid monologue of how there's no good and bad people, and I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of mentality
No, she
that
won't.
she's that she wants to embrace,
That's
and
what she wants to identify
that
with.
yeah.
She doesn't think she's bad.
yeah, like they don't.
She doesn't think she's bad.
It's yeah. So it's
Okay, I gave them. Yeah, sorry. Go
no
on.
continue, please.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get this money
Yeah,
to do this, to build this suits and to do this good for the world. How do I go about it? I'm going to ally myself with some criminals. I'm going to steal. We're going to blackmail. But I'm not doing anything too bad. I'm still on the side of the angels so far. She's constantly in her mind. She's like,
And
Like,
I'm
what have I done that's so
going to avoid any consequences of my actions.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, ultimately,
yeah. I think
that's what it is.
yeah, I think what the writers of the show said was that they wanted Riri to be this story to be a Breaking Bad kind of story.
It feels. I was going to say it feels a bit Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Breaking. This is not Breaking
Breaking
Bad.
Bad.
She's
No,
bad.
that's not Breaking Bad.
Where's the breaking part?
It feels that way to me.
it gets
feels
progressively
that way.
worse. It gets progressively worse.
She was bad, and she's got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, that's Breaking Bad.
Yeah. No,
No, but Breaking Bad, that guy.
that guy wasn't bad to start off at all.
But remember, relax now. Walter White had 6 seasons. Riri has 6 episodes, so we need to fast forward some things.
Okay.
It's okay. You know what? Let's. I think I stop kicking Riri in the face.
Yeah.
Any other characters that we
So-
want to that we?
Moving from Riri, let's talk about I think our fan favorite character Zelma
Yeah, I like Zelma.
Zelma
I like
and
Zelma.
the other guy.
and the
And
other
the-
guy.
yeah.
Let's talk about Magic and yeah, Zelma. One thing I will mention about her is like she is for me the best introduction of the next generation where it feels natural that, and she's also on the parallel path as Doctor Strange, where it feels like, oh, this person is naturally a genius, genius character, but
knows magic.
and knows magic, and I can see her becoming a successor to Strange in the future without undercutting what Strange is. Like if you tell me in the future Zelma becomes the Sorcerer Supreme, I'm like, yep, I
I
see
like
it.
Zelma a lot.
Because I think
She's a character with a lot of charisma. She has very good, like, she doesn't, I don't like the girl, Kat Dennings. I don't like the character she plays, the Thor Dark World.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. I don't like that, her sassy. It
So,
feels very forced.
Darcy.
Darcy. Yes. It's always felt like a bit. This one is very. It just feels like this is who this person is. I really, I liked her a lot. I liked her a lot. I like the conversation she was having with her mom. She's like Tunde said. I think she's one for the future. Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely love this character. Absolutely not.
If there is one character I want to see more of, it's going to be her.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah.
So
I understand Selma.
instantly, I can see her straight away as a young Avenger.
Yep.
Instantly, I can see her. What I would like about her is like they talk about she's been. Oh no, I'm going to do it. She's the kind of person that her mom went to Kamatat or
Kamatage.
Come
whatever,
attach, yeah.
Montage.
had her issues, got pissed off, and
Yeah,
she's teaching us. She's like so someone like a self-taught. No, not self-taught.
yeah, yeah.
Homeschooled,
Homeschool. That's a good one.
homeschooled
That's a good one.
sorcerer
Yeah,
type.
yeah.
And I like the fact that she's doing things that even her mom's telling her, calm down, you're not ready for that aspect yet. So I like all of that. She gives me
Yeah.
a very strong vibe of a runaway character, even though this character has nothing to run. She's got a very strong runaway. I don't know why. I just felt it watching her, and but I was also amazed at her look. I don't know. I can't get over it. She.
What do you have with her look?
Sorry.
What's your thing with her look? Good or bad?
No.
Good. It matches it. Comic book character.
She's so comic
Yeah,
accurate,
yeah.
but she's not the same race. So it's amazing. So I can't even complain.
Okay.
And she has that kind of look of personality type that is you just want to enjoy watching her. This is
Yeah.
somebody. If she was doing these bad things that Riri was doing, I would forgive her a lot.
She will be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
She'll
She'll be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So does this make a case for even when races are swapped, if you have a talented
Yes.
actor or actress doing it, you can
For some
overlook
reason.
you
Well,
can, you can overlook the swap.
yeah, best example for me before this
some-
was Death in Sandman.
That's all it is.
Okay.
When I saw the
For
picture
some-
of this Death, I thought, oh god. The moment she walked to the screen, started talking, it was game over. I was on board totally.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Same with Selma.
The thing is, it works. It works with some races.
Yeah, it was just
It
yeah.
does. It works with whites to black. I mean, a black character play. I mean, look at Jim Gordon that we got. We got Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright, yes. And Jim Gordon, very good Jim Gordon. But we will not accept it if it's a white person playing.
I mean, he played Felix Leiter in
Felix
James
Leiter
Bond
as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so,
Exactly.
and he pulled it off in James Bond.
So-
We had a Chinese- I think we had a Chinese Felix before in James Bond.
So Kex, what
You said we will not accept black to white.
We won't accept black to white. Let's be honest. We won't accept black to white.
No, what do you mean black to white
We
example?
will not accept the character
Race
that is.
swapping.
you know the problem is I don't think we've ever had one. So I can't even say.
We
I
won't.
mean, it's a difficult thing for anyone to swallow.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, but that was based on no, but that character itself was based on
He's joking. He's joking.
Oh, I don't think I've seen an example.
We've had Felix, we've had Heimdall, we've had Zelma now, we've had but
No, the Heimdall one, I still don't buy it, but
no, my point
that
is
I was not happy with that one.
that this way it works this way, but a
But we've never-
reverse one.
yeah, my question is, we've never even seen examples yet. There's not enough. I can't even think of
I
examples.
mean, we can't do examples
do one?
because of it's black. Well, first,
It's not allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
not
why I
that-
said we would.
it's not that it's not allowed. It's
But I'm sure
because
it
even
can be
Scarlett
done.
Johansson, was it Scarlett Johansson that they casted that in Ghost in the Shell that people were complaining that was white, that was Asian to white too.
Yeah.
white situation, but I'm shocked.
Not
that
for
he's still up there after the backlash. of that.
Asian to white, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, white to Asian.
who did Alita?
White, yeah.
Alita, yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Alita, yeah.
But yeah,
Alita?
so
Alita was that girl? Was that Hispanic, like a Latina girl that played Alita?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alita, okay.
But Kex,
Sorry.
I think the idea is hopefully one day we'll get to a time in our
Where
life
everybody's comfortable with it.
we can do that, but we are not there yet.
Are you saying that with a straight face? Hopefully one day.
See,
We are not there yet. Okay,
I would want the next generation to be comfortable with it, basically.
yeah, same.
The biggest problem, here's the biggest problem.
They're not
The
Americans.
fact is that we don't have enough black characters to start off with in the first place.
Yeah, that's
That's the biggest
yes,
problem.
yeah.
that's a huge
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not that it can't be
huge
done.
part
It's just
of
that Okay, we don't have enough now. Why you take?
Now, anything can be
Oh,
done.
anything can
Yeah,
be
okay, good, good.
But are you
Yeah.
willing to be the one to do it? You read the room. You read the room. But sorry, let's move on to the
Yeah,
head character, and played
yeah.
by Sacha Baron Cohen, right? We can
Mephisto.
talk about it.
The thing
Yeah.
is,
So far,
the thing
my
is,
parents.
the Brits cannot do any wrong. When you put a Brit in a role, they will kill it dead.
God.
Apologies
Red
to
is not biting.
apologies to our token American here, but he has to accept the pure genius of these British actors.
It
That
was
guy,
amazing.
I was
Ali G.
thinking, how's he going to play this?
Ali G. Ali G.
Yes,
Sally.
and
Borat
and despite your allergy hates, this guy was a very great Mephisto.
smashed it.
I loved it.
Smashed
You
it.
know, I was worried about
Smashed
how
it.
he was going to play it, but I was very happy with the way he took it. Very, very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no notes.
That's
No. Like, no, oh, you should have worn this. No. The look, the accent, he kept switching between British and American accent, even like in conversation. I was like, the the calm, the menace, the quiet menace.
Even his stature
Like,
works.
Yeah.
Even his stature works.
nah.
Yeah. I
The,
think.
the way he laughed when they thought it was the Dormammu.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh yeah. The Marvel.
Oh. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I
Oh,
liked it. And
sorry.
the fact that he said he had made deals with some of the richest people in MCU made me start
I think
thinking.
I think he said 100.
Yeah.
The hundreds richest. He's made 100 deals with 100 people in the world, including kings, popes, and presidents, super aspect.
It's a throwaway line, but I would love to see which of the heroes he has made deals with. Pepe, the rest of them. I would like to see like just more. But
yeah.
But it's a character that I want to pop out more often because this is the kind of Mephisto I want to. It's the devil. He's playing a straight faced devil.
I hope we
Yeah.
get more of him.
Yeah.
I genuinely hope we get more of him because he's too good to just leave. Nah, I mean, yeah, we will. And you saw his reflection in the spoon
Yeah.
with the red thing, and like
So
I was like,
he's got to appear maybe in a Doctor Strange film. Maybe.
he's got to. Yeah. He's got to. He's got to.
So it
Oh,
might
Doom.
be.
Wait. Or even as part of a Doctor Doom backstory.
I'm
I
not going to
hope
do
not.
this.
I hope not.
That's why he's hoping again. That's why he's writing stories in his head.
He's
But yeah.
spiraling.
Yeah.
Because of him, I'm almost pained we might not get a season 2 of this story because of Mephisto. I would love to see the conclusion to this particular story.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
There's no season 2.
I mean, based on
We don't know.
reception, we don't know yet. Marvel might
It's based on reception. Yeah.
I heard this the official end of phase 5. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic
yeah,
Four
yeah,
starts off
yeah,
phase
yeah.
6. This is the end of this particular wilderness period for Marvel.
Okay. Do we have any call outs on this show before we move to?
But I want to talk about the Mephisto deal and why
Okay.
I love it so much.
Yeah. The deal, how it ended? Yeah. Explain that to me. Yes. So tell me.
So Mephisto first tells this man that what's his name? The Hood.
Mm-hmm.
That hey, I've seen someone better than you that I'm going to switch my deal to. And this is the guy that we noticed from the beginning that he just gives deals. And this deal with the Hood, like Keck was saying, why Parker Robbins? It was just a random throwaway deal. Like someone saying, "Oh, let me see what you do with this."
Yes.
And then when he realizes Parker Robbins is failing,
Yes.
and he sees Riri as a potential, and like that is the biggest. If anybody comes out of this show thinking Riri is a good person or like the Joker, I think that is the biggest. What's this thing called?
Indication. You know what the funny thing
That
is?
this show is making.
However, that is the one decision that Riri made that I think, I might have made that decision myself.
It's the most selfless decision she's making, but it's also the worst decision.
But the worst possible outcome. Yeah.
So
Her thing was that I cannot lose.
Can I ask a question
Yeah,
here?
Yeah.
What are the mechanics of this deal for
You don't know.
for
For
Mephisto?
your soul, I guess.
Right.
We
Don't
don't
know
know
what
now.
he's asking.
Okay. So
We
once
don't
he's
know.
taking your soul, you can't give it back, right?
We
Sure, you
don't.
can.
We don't
We
know.
don't.
I don't.
We
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
So
We
when
don't
it,
know.
so I guess what I'm trying to say is
Mhm.
him taking it from Red Hood.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's forgiving Red Hood, giving his soul back? It's not.
No.
No.
Forgiving Red
Forgive him.
Hood.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What?
He has just moved on to the next one.
He has said
This
he's
guy
basically
is
saying Redwood is in breach of contract, and he has
Yes.
taken everything
Okay, okay, sorry, okay.
Very
Good
possible.
question. Why is Red Hood in breach of contract?
because he's a failure.
Why
At
is it what?
what? What was it? What was it?
No, so he said something.
Yeah.
Red Hood was supposed to think big, but was
Yeah.
thinking really small, and it didn't
So the
live
deal
up to
was
the
not.
potential.
I'll give you power. I take your soul. End of story. So
No,
what you're telling me is, I'll give you power. I'll take your soul, but you also have to use that power to achieve certain
no, no.
targets.
The deal
Because he
was
wants he wants to corrupt. He wants to corrupt the world.
No,
It's not just
no,
about
no,
one soul,
no.
right?
I agree. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I'm being very
So
anal
he has
here.
to he has to continue doing it. He has to be able to do bad on a massive
Mm,
But
scale.
did
I
it, but
don't think so. They didn't
but they
specify.
didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
No, they
this
didn't
is my
specify
point.
that. No. Yeah.
When you do deal with the devil, obviously
Yeah.
the devil always has little loopholes he tries to
Yeah. Yeah.
get you
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what the loophole was here for
It was.
depriving Red Hood. I just felt okay. You said this, but is that what you shook on? What was the document?
I think. I think. I
Yeah.
think he basically just bullied this
Yes.
guy. He
Sorry,
bullied
sorry.
the hood
That's what it felt
because
like.
the hood stopped being interesting to him.
Yes.
He's like, "What is this? I
Yes.
gave you this thing to make chaos and be interesting for me to watch and see what
So
you are
that
trying
is a bit I didn't like that they didn't.
to firm up the terms."
Yes, and then
Yeah.
I wanted to say a deal, but then Mephisto used his intelligence. Ah ha ha ha. No, you failed on this contract, blah blah. Blah. That kind of level, which is
Yeah.
what you tend to get with all the kind of devil making deal with people types.
I feel it's more like, yeah, I get what you mean. I wanted to say like, okay, what's the exact terms of the deal? Was it like a full time period for you to accomplish stuff or something like that? Was it until he rejects the deal? Because I was expecting the House of Usher kind of deal when they
Okay,
first set
okay.
it up. That, oh, these are the terms of the deal. I'm giving you power for this purpose till this particular time until you do this thing.
So can I
Because
ask,
it will also set up for Riri herself
so can I ask a
when she
question?
makes that deal.
Can I
Yeah.
ask a question? Reese made the deal, right?
Yes.
So she no longer has a soul, right?
Basically.
Does Riri believe in a soul?
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure. I'm not sure it's as simple as
So what does Riri get? What does
Yeah.
Riri get?
Riri gets her friend back.
Okay.
and
Power source.
powers. Not powers, but like resources. He said he first offered that I'll give you resources and all of these things. I'm not sure because they don't actually show what exact deal she made.
Yeah,
Is
they
it just
just
for her
Okay,
friend back
okay.
or
they just
for
shook hands, yeah,
everything?
because they just shook hands. But I think she asked for Natalie back. Natalie as an AI back. I don't know if she asked for anything else. To be honest, yeah,
Right.
Again,
because
I,
because
to me,
she clearly
I had an issue with that as
clearly
well.
she expected Natalie as an AI, right?
Yes.
yeah.
So
No, she
they,
didn't even like. No, that's the thing that was surprising for me. She was building Natalie. She was fixing Natalie herself. Like she was building the AI. She was
yeah,
testing it to work, and
yes.
then she got the real life body back. So maybe she had the deal and she didn't believe in it, or she forgot about it. And then when she got the flesh and
She said,
blood
"I
back,
want Natalie." She probably said something like, "I want Natalie
Natalie
back."
back, yeah,
In her own mind, it's this guy cannot possibly give me my human friend back now. But I don't know. I'm
Oh, I mean,
paraphrasing.
sorry. Actually,
We
sorry.
just saw them shoot.
I'll take it back. That's in my mind. Yeah, she's got what she wanted out of the deal now.
yeah.
Yeah, which is that's the
Yeah,
thing.
and so yeah, so okay, so that could almost be a done deal.
It's a dumb deal,
Yeah.
kind of.
So my
Done
question
deal.
is,
What's Mephisto getting out of it?
no, he's got the soul. Let's say he's got the soul. My question is, where do you both move forward on this? You've got no
Where do
soul.
who?
You got no soul anymore, but you've got your Natalie. He's got your soul.
I got
So
Ironheart
to,
powers.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's something as simple
Simple
as
as
so.
so.
okay,
I think he will continue to. He will slowly but steadily start to corrupt her,
Yeah.
which means things like she might feel pain or she might feel like you know, this guy was feeling when they took off when anytime he
Let's
take
go
off
with
the
the
hood,
hood.
Yeah.
he's far from the hood or
Yeah.
something like that. That he has to constantly almost be addicted to what Mephisto can offer her. So Mephisto is going to slowly, incrementally ask her to keep doing things or get things, or he's trying to get her under his thrall. That's
Okay.
one thing that I'm quite clear on. But I don't think it's as simple as an give me your soul and da 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 da. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a Johnny Blaze one.
It's
Okay.
not. It's not. No, it's not a Johnny Blaze soul. He said, "How
Yeah,
did he put it? He said that something you won't even miss."
something you
So
wouldn't even miss. That's
yeah,
true.
that's how he phrased the
But
thing for me.
no,
Yeah,
no,
but
but he lies. He's a liar also.
but
So
that's
I
No,
wouldn't,
when
I
it's
wouldn't,
when they say
yeah,
that,
I wouldn't.
they always talk about soul like that now. Or you won't miss it.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
won't miss it. So I'm not.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not
I,
But
gonna.
I
you
even
might.
assumed he was going to be her genius. I thought she was going to be dumb.
Nah.
I'm not
No, no,
gonna
no.
hang anything on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So can
No,
I
it's
can I ask one more question?
So it could be soul. You're right. And he said something you'll miss.
What is powering her suit now?
that I don't know.
Mephisto.
Because
You know
the suit she created for with this person is the magic is magic that is powering
yeah.
it. It's
So she
the
did that ceremony
yeah,
with Zelma. That is now powering
the
the
suit.
suit. That has nothing to do. But is that source of power? Is it anyway connected to Mephisto? Because you know the thought from the mom they were talking about the Momo,
Yeah. But the power from the suit is coming from the clothes they cut.
which is coming from Mephisto.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But we don't
basically
yeah,
what I'm trying to say is there's still another Mephisto still has something else
on her.
on her. It's basically what I'm trying to
Mm,
conclude that,
Mm.
and I'm sure he could cut that. He could cut that
You can cut that off anytime.
at any time he
Yeah.
wants to.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But question, I don't know what happened to the AI. Was it Mephisto that destroyed it?
Technology and magic
I,
can
I
coexist.
Yeah.
coexist. I couldn't coexist.
That was it. I
One
think yeah,
subsumes the
it
other.
has to be powered by one or the other. I'm almost
As a
certain that was the
genius,
And she didn't think of like, oh
We
wait, what
factor
is
it
it?
in.
Just
Yeah,
straight away
yeah,
back up that anybody would do. Because remember, there's a device where she could be in away
she
from the
was trying to.
suit.
She was trying to back her up on the laptop. But,
no, she didn't try to. It was
Last minute,
after
it was
After
broken down.
it messed up
after
now.
I feel she was trying to make a new one.
Yeah.
no. I mean, while
No,
she was
while she was losing
in the
her,
race,
she was trying to back
she
up.
was
She was
trying
trying
to
to send it.
transfer her to her device, to her
So
laptop.
she could have
That's what
waited.
was.
Yeah, so she could have done that first
First, of
before doing
course,
the
yeah.
magic ritual.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
exactly,
Yeah.
but it's still really, it's not. This is not a smart person making mistakes.
Yeah.
It's a dumb person that fits
Yeah.
that character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that deal is interesting for really going forward.
Yeah.
I really want to
Yeah.
see what a character does with this. Like, oh, you've
I
made this deal.
really
What does it mean
want-
for you for season 2? What does it mean for you in the Champions? Are you now an agent of the devil? Kind of.
I really want to see it.
Will she be the person the young Avengers end up fighting?
No, I don't think so because the still we saw.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They could start
You
off
would
like
root
that.
for that.
They could
Yeah.
start off, I would love to see that. I would love that.
See what?
That
She's the
she ends
villain.
up being the person they end up fighting in long run.
Dakpa just wants Riri to
okay.
go down.
I mean, to an
That would be an
extent,
interesting story, actually.
You know.
her suit is technology and magic, right?
Yeah.
Which is
Yep.
what Doctor Doom basically is. So
Yep.
if they do that, I mean, they wouldn't make Riri Doctor Doom, boss. I want to see what happens.
No,
I'm
because-
very, very curious to see what happens.
Doom can come for her. You know that.
I mean, I would love. I want to see more of her simply because of
Because
this deal.
if Doom realizes, let's assume in Doom's backstory is similar
That we are finally.
to the comics.
Yeah.
If Doom realizes, oh, hang on, there's this girl in Harlem or whatever Ras place she's come from,
What was it that thing that I used to say? Was it
She's
managed
in Chicago.
Chicago.
Leave
sorry.
leave that for all American black, all American citizens are the same.
What was that thing? Oh, come here. I'm going to look for it.
Let's say Doom realizes somebody's using
Oh,
a
God.
power source that is linked to Mephisto, and if the storyline, if I don't know what this Doom is, if Doom in this universe also has his mom being tortured by Mephisto, maybe that's where we see Riri again. I don't know.
Calibrate your.
Calibrate your expectations.
I've never seen anybody do this. How can you go to Doom's mom I beg.
But like these are very nice ideas that we would like to see on the big screen. But let's
Let's
calibrate our
let's
expectations on this. But it would be really cool if it ties into that, but I don't think it will.
Because every links
But
now.
I don't think it's
Because
standalone. I don't think
already
it's
you
standalone.
got Strange Academy link with
Yeah.
Selma.
I don't think it's
No,
standalone.
Already.
So let's see what it is.
You know.
because I don't think they would want to tie.
You're assuming they've thought about all of this.
No,
No, the thing is, they kind of can't leave it like this. You gotta do something.
this
You
is
gotta
not
do
the
something
first
with
time they'll
Sasha.
just. This is not the first time they'll leave things like this. So
This
don't
is
forget.
the one that will pay me the most.
Yes, it will pay me.
This is the one that will pay me the most.
There are some things they've left behind that I'm happy they leave behind and they will never go back to it, like Secret
I agree.
Invasion. I don't ever
I
see
think-
that again.
Yeah,
I
but
think it would just
that actually
be-
annoys me. Because
I think it would just be
you've told me
Sacha
now that
Baron.
there's scrolls all around in the universe.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to forget that movie exists. That series
I
exists.
can't. Unfortunately, I watched it. Hey,
All right, okay. Let's rate this movie so that
Yeah.
Okay. I can kick off. I'll give this solely because of the end. I'll give this a 2 point. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Because all in all, I will be completely honest with you guys. I prefer this to Miss Marvel. Didn't like the main character, but all in all, the last 2 episodes.
This man just doing head
cannot
to
let
find
it-
I don't like Miss
Cannot
Marvel. I
let
still have not
it
finished
go.
it.
You
The
cannot
last episode I was watching, I was like, "This is trash. I gotta stop."
let it go.
So
Just
yeah,
let it go.
this one 3 out of 5. Nah, and I'm not. Okay, moving on. Round the table.
I'll stick to 2.4. No justification, no headcanon, no copium, nothing. 2.4.
You remember that? Remember that for Miss Marvel, you were like, "I don't like it, but my daughter likes it, so I'm going to give it points."
Yeah. I said I was in the talk. I said I wasn't in the good audience.
Okay, you went to target audience. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. I'll be
Okay.
with Kex on this 3 over 5. I ended up saying I want to see a season 2. I don't like the character, but I find that interesting. The plot can use a lot of work. Like that's the weakest part of the show by far. It's just bad. Like all, the heist and everything is just bad. Like if we remove all of that from the episode from the series, it's not, yeah.
Okay.
But
I think.
Dapo,
Oh, yeah,
you guys are really annoying me. There's only one show I think is worse than this show, and it's not even Secret Invasion.
No.
no,
Yeah.
Dapo.
I think you're taking the piss.
Yeah, yes,
don't
you
do that.
you are. You definitely are.
I don't like the show, despite the elements of it that
We
I
know
like.
you
We
don't.
know you don't like the show, but saying that there's only one show that is worse than this.
Yeah, taking the piss.
Like, come on.
Okay, go on.
I'm gonna give this.
Go on.
I really wish I know what I gave Loki season 2. I can't remember what I gave Loki season 2. Or Secret Invasion. I can't remember the scores I gave them. I want to give this. I'm gonna give this 1.9.
Dapo, just to tell you how far off you are by saying this show, there's only one show worse than this,
Yeah.
and I think that's Loki season 2 for you.
Yeah.
We've had Echo.
Oh shit! Echo.
We've had Echo.
I
We've
forgot
had
about
Secret
wait,
Invasion.
wait,
We've had
wait.
She-Hulk.
Okay.
We've had Miss Marvel.
She-Hulk. Don't even call She-Hulk. Don't call She-Hulk. What do you mean, Miss Marvel?
So wait, so I don't understand.
Miss Marvel is way better than this.
So Secret Invasion is better than
I
this.
think so. This is how bad I think. I think so. And I don't like Secret Invasion at all.
Dapo. There's nothing. You don't even like anybody in Secret Invasion.
This is one of those. There's nothing for me to say. Nothing
At
for
all.
me to say.
I don't even know how to go from here with that.
No, so here's the difference. Secret Invasion, I didn't like because the promise of the whole show was fell flat.
No. It's not just
Whereas
that.
in season
It's
2
bad.
of Loki, I was actively angry almost throughout that whole season. If you guys
Secret
don't remember,
Secret Invasion was
Was bad.
really
no. Secret Invasion up to 30 episodes, I was still. You guys don't remember that. I was still thinking, oh yeah.
But by the end,
Yeah, by the
we
end,
knew what it
yeah.
was. We're talking about the
Loki
end.
throughout, I did like it.
As someone that from Secret Invasion from the first episode, from the first 5 minutes, I was saying this shit was terrible.
Yeah, that's you. But remember, I was on board with Secret Invasion up to a point
Okay, all right.
before I felt, oh, this is crap. Loki season 2, I did like it throughout. I won't lie.
Okay.
I did like Loki. I could not adjust for Loki season 2 at all.
Okay.
This is the same level way. I don't think this one slightly got better for me with the introduction of Mephisto at the end.
Okay.
It's 1.9. I don't know why I'm even
Um,
All right.
saying long story.
okay, I'm going to say something
Yeah.
about this show before we close off. I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired of Marvel female main characters being villains for the TV show.
Okay.
Kamala is
So
not. Kamala is
who
not a
else?
villain.
Yeah,
Who?
Kamala is not a villain. I said Kamala.
No,
Kamala is
apart
not.
from Kamala and maybe She-Hulk,
Kate Bishop is not a villain.
That's 3.
she's not the main character. She's the
Kate
side
Bishop
character there.
is not the main
Because
character.
She is the main
the
character.
of
She is the main character of Hawkeye show.
okay, because WandaVision, Echo, even Casey itself that I don't like at all for
Casey.
Who's Casey?
this annoying Ant-Man girl daughter.
I thought that's what I think you're talking about. But how is she the?
Has she
No,
got
no.
a show? Did she have a show?
Not a show, but like let me put it this way: the shows we've gotten so far,
Yeah.
all the and this is weird, all the male characters there, they've either been heroes or likable. They have justifications for their distance. Even Moon Knight is like, oh, he's a bad guy, but it's like, okay, it's this thing. But we've had WandaVision now, we've had Echo, and now this character where they are stereotypically heroes, but they are so unlikable that they become villains. I think the closest male character we have like this is Iron Man, and he's still likable. So
So
I'm saying that where a character is set is typically coded to be hero,
I
but
don't agree.
okay, yeah,
No, I don't. Because I don't think Wanda is unlikable. I don't think Wanda is unlikable.
no, she like if you see Wanda, you call her a villain, despite her being a
Yeah,
hero.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that what I
yeah,
mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Like,
well, yeah. What does it feel in? And to be honest, I've caught that from the very beginning, so that's fine. But every female character, really, apart from Wanda, Echo, like Wanda's the only one that almost presents as a hero to some people, and then finally you get the full descent.
take
Echo was Echo
yeah.
from the beginning to the end. To me, she was what she was in the beginning to the end.
So take Echo.
There's no change
take
to
Echo,
me in Echo's
Take
arc.
Echo and Moon Knight for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Those two characters.
Yeah.
Moon Knight is not a straight up hero.
But
It's
but
all
he was never a villain.
But Moon Knight is mad.
Yes.
I don't know how to. I'm not sure how to. Yeah, but this was at the articulated. But it was my feeling at the end of the show that it seems a kind of way for me when
No,
characters that are female characters that are supposed to be that are okay. Let me put it this way: complex female characters that are supposed to be. They try to make these characters complex in terms of giving them nuance and
sorry.
personality and all of
yeah,
that.
but my issue.
Yes,
my
but
issue,
whenever they do that for these characters,
I
it
agree with
comes off them looking.
my issue with your statement is it only applies
Yeah.
to literally 2.
because
This guy's
Yeah.
Texas listed 3 other ones that doesn't apply to.
I won't call.
Maybe you might
I
say
won't call-
they don't do. To me, you might have a better argument if you said they don't do as much for the male heroes as they do it for. But to say
Okay,
all the females,
okay, let me put it this way. I
Yeah.
think what I've seen is a lot more. It made more sense to me when I kept it with complexity. Like when they try to add complexity to female characters, it comes off with them looking more villainous than when they add complexity to male characters. When they add complexity,
So they just don't know how to write them.
I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
Because when they do it with Bucky, and they make him okay, he's a bit more, it's more nuanced. When they do it with Moon Knight, it's more nuanced in that you have this.
No, wait, there's no other ones. With Bucky, they brainwashed him. What is they brainwashed him with Moon Knight? He's a
Moon
madman.
Knight.
Where's the nuance there? There's no nuance now. What are you? Why are you trying to rewrite history?
Okay, I think we need to let's move on.
Let's,
Rated
yeah,
it.
it's something.
Let's
It's
do
something. It's something I've been. Maybe I've not properly articulated. it, but
In
yeah,
a way, Wanda is a very well written character.
she is. Yeah.
I
Yes,
agree with that.
you
I agree
know
with that.
the
I
fact
agree with that. Very, very much so.
Yeah, the fact that her arc is towards the other side, it's almost like a surprise to people, which even makes it even better because she's assumed to be a hero.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree
I
with you.
kind of get that.
Right. So, Old Guard.
Oh god.
We can do this in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Not
Let's,
watching
Let's go for
end of
so Old
story.
Guard Part 2. Yep.
Old
After how
Guard.
many years?
Somebody
That's a good question.
somebody
It was
counted it.
three. It was 3 years or so.
Yeah,
It was during pandemic, I think. Maybe 2020 or
Um,
2021.
Red, it was 5 years ago. It was 2020.
Yeah.
So it was 5 years ago. So it was during pandemic. Yeah. So the Old Guard 2 dropped on last week Friday. I think it was.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Actually Tuesday and second.
yeah, somewhere
Was it on the
midweek.
second? Okay. Okay. Yes. So directed by Victoria Mahoney, based on the comic book The Old Guard by Greg Rocker. Have we all watched this?
I have.
I have.
Today, have you watched it?
No, I started and I stopped. I was too bored. I couldn't do it to myself.
So this carries on from where the last one ended. They have a new member, the black girl. They have an old member that they exiled.
Okay.
Booker, yes. And so they're on a mission with Chiwetel. I don't remember a lot of the first one, to be honest. I didn't remember that Chiwetel Ejiofor was in it.
Yeah.
But they're on a mission with Chiwetel. He's not an immortal. And Charlize Theron had lost her immortality as well, but she's still the leader.
Yep.
They're trying to get some weapons. So I think they
let me just save you all this story. Bad. Let's go. It's grand opening, grand closing. The only thing they got right was the first scene where they were driving. Was it Spain or was that's
Yeah.
the only comic accurate thing. After that, done. This was bad.
I mean,
Red.
Stop.
This film exists for one reason only.
What?
Kex was giving you the summary of the first film, right? The end of the first film, there was an
Yes.
immortal was being drowned.
yeah, that was drowned. Yeah,
Yes,
that was-
Queen.
that was-
So they ended that
Yeah.
the first film that way. So the idea was, she will come back, she'll be annoyed, she'll be angry at. In a
That's
way,
right.
I mean, that's what expectations. So they did
Even
do
that
anything for 5 years.
Even that
Right.
they couldn't land that. Yeah.
No. Let me tell you, because the film was hijacked. This film's
By?
reason for existing is because they want silly
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman to face off against Theron
Okay.
for the first film ever. They wanted this badass. That is why suddenly this character come from nowhere.
Rather than
That,
Kill Bill type. Yeah.
Kill Bill Light and
Yes.
So the two. Oh,
So this is why this character came from nowhere. So they supplanted this Chinese lady as the main character,
yeah.
and now they have to give back the power to.
And Chinese lady some porn like I hate that.
Yeah,
yes.
it's. When I was watching it, I first didn't clock it. I think it was halfway through. I thought, hang a minute. Why is this woman so prominent all of a sudden? I said, hang a minute. I've seen two been in the film before. And I went to Google.
No, they've
I
never
went,
been,
oh
no.
my God. Because I could say, okay. And they set this film, and the film is not even completed. So what we're
No,
now
they're
having
gonna,
is
they're gonna fight again.
yes, it's going to be a climatic battle between these two
Wait, it's not done yet.
great.
No.
No. I was surprised as
Well,
well.
it's done for me though.
I was surprised. So basically, there's a part. It's set up for a part 3, which is going to be Uma versus Theron
Again.
at the end. This film I found should not exist personally.
Empty. Like when they say something is empty, plot wise.
It's an easy watch. Don't get me wrong. I was watching it, and I'm thinking, okay.
I'm not
So
sure.
how long was it? How long was it?
I think it's about 95 minutes, something
Did
like
you,
that.
did you note? Can you hold on to? Can you tell me any tangible 5 minutes in that whole thing?
There's some fight scenes now. What are you talking about? There's fight scenes. There's action.
No.
What I didn't like was, and again, I think Kex will always tell me calibrate your expectations. The concept of this film, and the fact that we've read the comics, and the concept of this film also is
I
so
love
similar
the comics.
to the Highlander series.
Oh, it's Highlander pretty much. But
It felt more Highlander than the first one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Very
but they don't
more.
really like all the other guys around it. They're almost like window dressing.
they made everybody window dressing. They made
For
everybody a supporting.
the window dressing for Theron and Uma, which I kind of didn't like. Even the black girl
Yes.
maybe this is me just remembering the first film wrong. I felt she had more agency, more part in the
She
first
did.
Yeah, yeah.
film.
Yeah.
The first one was partly even
Yeah,
about her.
exactly.
Because
Okay, yeah.
she was a U.S. Marine, right? If I remember
Yeah,
Yes,
correctly.
yeah,
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. She had some.
her. She just seemed to be another side piece who and almost like what's that phrase they use? She's a gizmo that sets
Yeah,
the
she's a
plot
tool.
devices
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Example.
place
yeah.
Yeah,
in terms of
yeah.
all of a sudden if she nicks an immortal, the immortal loses power.
She's the god killer. It's bad. Tunde, you're not
I
missing
mean,
anything.
Kex.
I'm not planning on watching it. I
Let
didn't
Kex.
even realize it
Yeah.
was
I
this
think Kex
bad.
should explain because I think Kex likes this
Okay,
film.
okay. Sorry. I sorry for interrupting.
Because even that one, I
Yeah,
was expecting the normal comic book story,
yeah,
and I was like, this was going to be boring for me to watch.
yeah. Okay.
Not now talk of what you're describing. That sounds even worse.
No, see, Kex is laughing.
Yeah.
I'm remembering some parts of the film.
What?
I'm remembering some parts of the film.
Okay.
Bro, there is a Henry Golden. If you remember him, the guy from The Gentleman, the Asian guy from The Gentleman, he was in
Yeah.
one of the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes or
Oh
something.
God,
Oh, it's also
yes.
the guy that did Crazy Rich Asians or something like that.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
He's a
He's in this.
librarian in this film.
He's a librarian. He's the second oldest immortal. Been in, he's been hiding in somewhere for a long time. So he does research. So they show him reading a book, and he's like, and the book has drawings on it, and he's like, okay. And my theory is that this black girl, that she's the god killer. That if she slices you, she can give you. He's looking at drawings that she can take your powers. And they also theorize here that if she slashes you, you have a short window that you can give your powers to somebody else.
How do they
But
know?
yeah, but you have to give it willingly.
Right.
You have to give it willingly.
Okay, can I ask a
Has
question?
this been tested before in the past that they
No.
found out? But because this is the
This
first
guy
god
says it's
killer.
theory that he's just
Today,
it's,
wait. Kex, let me ask you a question. The one instance where they showed this giving it willingly, did you understand how?
I was like, is he going to give her the blood to drink? Is he going to? He has no idea how to do this. Nobody knows. He goes into the same room with her. He goes and he's just looking at her while he's washing his hand.
At no
And he
point do
comes.
you understand how this willingness happens.
Even he didn't even know. Because the guy did not describe it to him. The researcher did not describe it to him because he said it's a theory that
And he purposely got himself nicked
yes.
by this girl so that he will lose his powers, but he cannot give it back to somebody else. But the mechanism, he doesn't know how it works. They didn't show us how it worked. We don't know. All of a sudden, we just say, "Oh, she's healing."
And she now has the power.
Oh, bad.
And,
Oh,
and,
bad.
he sacrifices himself.
Oh God.
The film is so bad. There is like it's so bad in the most basic. Now, I want you people to remember this. I'll try to remember this. Please listen this film. When they arrive, there's a bit where they all arrive in Italy or something, right? On the boats, and they're all like, okay, I'll see you later. I need to go and sort out something. I'll see you later. I need to go and sort out something. And then the next minute, the guy and the girl are arriving in Seoul. The Chiwetel and Charlie Theron are arriving in South Korea somewhere where they go and meet Tue, the Henry Golden's character. Same daytime. They don't show them boarding a flight. They don't show them doing anything. Same time. They just show, something. So, South Korea, they have a brief conversation. The next minute, they arrive back in Rome. Like the way they were doing this thing, the way that you transition to show people are leaving one country to another country. The time of day changes.
This
The
is
clothes
like
changes.
this is like Jon Snow running from running from.
They legit
Yes.
did it like they were all in the same city.
Yep, same time zone, everything.
There
Nothing
is a part
changed.
where the Asian girl goes to that nuclear facility.
Yeah,
Nuclear facility somewhere, right? She takes over
Oh
that
yeah,
nuclear
God.
yeah.
facility. She
And
will
they're
tell yes,
watching. Yeah,
as they are
they're
watching
watching
it like this,
from somewhere else, from a different
from
continent,
a country, a continent.
because they are based in Europe,
They are in Europe. This is happening in Asia.
Asia.
Chiwetel receives this and is telling that, look, this girl has gone blah 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 blah. Next minute, Same night time.
Not same nighttime. Oh, she hasn't moved to. She hasn't moved to elevator floor. She was in that place. In that. Was it the control room she was trying to get into?
I'm like, are these people
And
teleport?
these
Like,
guys are here.
That whole
this
that
is
whole nuclear
basic
place
film,
didn't make any sense. That whole scene.
and the fight scenes are terrible. The fight, like you're watching the fight scene and you see, and you're like, these are actors that have throwing fake punches. The camera is going from behind them. There is not one good fight. The Uma Thurman one with Charlie Theron with the Queen character, all of it is just. And then when they're in the nuclear facility, they're like, "Don't shoot," and then everybody starts using knives. Very, very highlight. Like, okay, I'm ready to grade this thing out of 5.
Okay. Can we go with 0/5?
I'm going to give it a 0. Sorry, I don't think I've ever given a group a 0 before.
I'm not gonna be that mean.
Okay, I'm not even trying to be mean.
No,
I don't know
I'll
anything
give,
about the
I'll
film.
give I'll give it a 0.5 just because it has Greg Rocker's name on it.
Okay.
Oh,
That's it.
This is a disgrace to Greg Rucka now.
Completely.
This is
Did you
disgraceful.
oversee? Did you oversee it?
I don't know.
It's,
I'm sure he didn't.
No, no,
I'm,
it couldn't have.
I'm sure he didn't.
It's a disgrace.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
I'm sure he didn't.
disgrace.
It's
He has
worse
made his
than
money.
what's about that movie that we saw that the Russo brothers did that we were still
Oh,
talking
with
about that we
Evans.
Grey Man.
Grey Man, yeah.
No. The one with the
Electric
Roman.
Extraction.
Electric States.
Electric State.
Oh
Okay.
god, oh yeah.
This is, and that was a bad film. This is maybe no, there's no maybe. This is the worst Netflix
When
film I've watched.
when the film opened and that Chinese lady came out and she screamed, which I expected.
Yeah,
But
like
then she was
damn,
almost-
somebody's in trouble.
But then almost immediately she was mentally okay within like a few. I thought she could be a raving lunatic throughout this whole film. Because if you've been
That's
drowning
what's supposed to be.
10,000 years, there's no way you're mentally going to
You
come
know,
back within seconds.
the way they even
Yeah,
relegated her.
relegation
And that was the main character and the main
That was the
protagonist in
main bad that
from
we were-
Premiership to League 2. They didn't even stop at Championship. They did about League 1.
Where does Doncaster Rovers play?
Ah, God knows. Non-league.
that.
Why didn't they
Non-league.
just make Uma Thurman
And they promoted Omatoma from nowhere.
like why did they just change that character to Uma Thurman and make
And
Uma
and,
Thurman
and,
be
they now,
her?
and, they now, and they now made Uma Thurman the first immortal.
Yes, so
The first
that's
one.
the first one.
She's the first one.
No, I don't mean to be rude. Uma Thurman doesn't deserve this film. Like her acting was like it was like there's a bit where they have a final boss battle at the end, right? Uma Thurman is on a helicopter, and Charlie Theron is standing on like a balcony, and Uma Thurman is watching her, and somehow Charlie Theron is able to leap and use her axe to hook the helicopter, and like I don't even understand
That's how you described Kex. I had a big issue with the direction of that scene because she was in that
No,
helicopter.
before then, she came and told the helicopter to go around.
Yeah, exactly. The character was
Yeah.
going around,
Because you're escaping, you're already going.
but you're
She
coming
doesn't
back.
know where you're going.
Yeah.
Not turn back.
Why did you come back? Why did you tell them to turn back?
Because
That whole
you're
scene-
going to get-
The direction, the logic behind it, it don't make sense. Cover, it don't make sense at all.
Nollywood better.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm going to give this. I'm going to join red in this one. I'm actually going to be vindictive with this one. 0.5.
No.
Out
It's
of five.
bad. It's bad.
It's a bad film.
Bad.
Okay,
bad.
good.
It was not worth it at all.
A waste of time. Waste of time.
Good to know. So we're not watching this. Thank you very much for your
No, we're not.
sacrifice.
Okay, right. Thank you for listening, guys. I mean, this film is it's yeah, it has to be like one of the worst superhero
I
films.
mean,
that we've-
listeners.
It's worse than
if-
Morbius. It's worse than Madam Web.
No, not. What are you talking about? Not in the same universe. Look, for the listeners, if you love the books, do not
Don't
sully
watch this.
do not sully your memories or whatever you remember. This is going to spoil everything you know. Just leave it alone.
The acting,
Yeah,
bad.
bad.
The direction, bad. The dialogue is bad. I was just
Not
watching it. I
not,
was like, Uma Thurman,
not single
Chiwetel
redeemed.
Ejiofor,
Charlie
Charlize Theron. Like I'm
Run.
like, these people used to be names.
And I hate when they give them like braids or dress, trying to make them look badass with a cultural hairstyle. Jokers.
Okay,
Okay, sorry guys.
let's end this
Next
here.
week, guys. Next week is going to be a really big
Superman.
one. We don't know how we're doing it. We don't know how
Wait,
we're doing it.
is that?
We
Are
don't
you
know whether
guys?
it's live. Oh, yeah, sorry, Red.
I was going to say anybody looking to recalibrate their box office takings?
Oh, what's our box office takings right now?
Let's
Yeah.
check it. Let's check it. Let's check it.
Why?
Let's check it.
Why?
No,
Nobody's,
what do you have now? What do you have now?
No, no.
Do you want to rethink it? Do you want to take it up? You
nobody's
think
allowed
it's
to
going
retake anything. No.
But yeah, let's say the numbers. Let's say the numbers we had.
Let's hear the numbers.
Oh God, hold on, let me see. This is the one that don't say numbers. Where is this thing? Oh, don't worry, I'll find it. I gotta find it. Where are my sticky notes? Where are my sticky notes? I can't find it.
Okay. But while you are looking for it, right now, it's the prediction is for 110 to 120 million opening for a
I have
six,
300 global.
no domestic.
Okay, domestic.
Yeah,
Okay.
for a 600 to 700 million.
Sorry, what? Sorry, what? You said opening and then
600 to 700 million
For what?
box office. Box office.
Total.
Yeah,
I got it. I found it.
that's what it's currently tracking out for. But yeah,
Okay, so Superman.
I
yes.
think it go,
I
think that's for them.
I have
Go ahead.
800
For who?
for Superman. For me,
Yeah, who is it? Oh, you. Okay.
I said 800. Red, you have 900. Sunday has 1 billion. That one has 1.2 billion.
Okay, you have how much? The red Kex
800.
800, red 900.
900. 1 billion. And then that one,
So
1
by the predictions right now, it's ready. I mean, you are the closest, Kex.
it has to
I
be
think
more than
I think it's gonna be more than that.
If
It
this
has
film,
to-
if
we
this
are
film doesn't
hoping more than
pass,
that. Yeah.
if this film doesn't pass 800 million, to me, it's over for Superman. You should forget ever.
No, if
You should never dream
It's
again.
the same. No, this
no,
is not fair. This is
no
not fair, yes.
Sorry?
beyond that, if this film doesn't do more than 800 million, I have to go and rethink my life and realize I'm living in a bubble.
We are living in a bubble, but
Because as far as I'm concerned, that's the biggest thing coming this year, and it has to
If
be
this is
1 billion.
this is the
sorry,
first
Kex.
movie of a new franchise.
No, so today, are you saying that if it doesn't make a billion, it's not a big deal to you?
It's not a big deal if it doesn't make a billion.
To
I'll
me,
be happy with 800.
to me, this will confirm.
I'll be happy
It
with
will confirm
700
Superman
to
as a
800.
failure in my mind.
You that predicted 1 billion. Yeah, don't change
Yeah.
me out. Oh.
No. See, I predicted 1 billion because I want to make a billion.
Yeah.
But I won't call it a failure if it makes 700 between
It's
700
not,
and
no,
800.
the film itself will not be a failure. Superman himself is a failure. The fact that he cannot make a billion, no matter what they try to do, it's ridiculous.
With all the marketing.
Yeah, the marketing has been incredible. It's been a lot. They've been a lot. They pushed this film.
And this is what's going to annoy me. It might not be. Let's say it doesn't make a billion, but I can guarantee this film will be way better than a lot of those stupid Batman films that made a billion. Which is why I'm saying the character itself cannot step up to the plate and be
Cannot
Batman.
pull audiences.
Fatigue. I'm not bad. I think it'll be more. I think. It'll be
I hope
more
so.
than that.
I really hope so.
I think it'll be more than that.
Okay.
I think so as well. It kind of has to be.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So next week, I don't know. I think we need to discuss whether or not we're going to do a live one. But I do know that we have guests next week, and it's going to be like a super long one. So we will.
We'll
need to
discuss because we
discuss.
tried.
Yeah,
We'll discuss.
yeah.
We tried a new.
I'm going to talk.
We tried a new format today, as well. So don't know how that's going to work out actually, but yeah. So we discuss which one's better, and if we do live or we just add guests.
I mean, I mean, we could do both.
Yep.
We genuinely could do both. Because there's some people like Olu who have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think Duke too said so. Yeah, we'll see. But
Bring
guys,
them
next
all
week.
on. We'll fight them.
I hope
Next week,
next week starts a new, well, in ushers in a new golden age of comic book movies. Like we'll look back and say, yes, the second age started now with this particular movie. That's my expectation for the film. The same
wait a minute,
way Avengers and
wait a minute,
Iron Man
wait
started
a
in
minute, wait a minute,
generation. Yeah.
wait. But in reality, we're not in the second age. What age would we say we're in?
No, I mean from
No,
the
no,
way.
I'm not on you. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
When the tired age. If that thing doesn't make, if it doesn't make 800 billion,
So
800 million,
no,
if I'm trying to think
like
of
this is the
if I'm
tired
trying to think
age.
of ages, I'll go with like okay, Dark Knight between
no,
Dark.
no, wait. Before that night,
Yeah,
the first three Batmans have to be
first three Batman's X-Men in that same category. I'll put them in that same
No,
Okay.
timeline.
no. If you're doing ages, you can't add X-Men with Batman now.
Okay. Wait. Okay, slow down.
Which
Let's
No,
not
you have to
start
talk.
from.
We have to talk the Batman. Which Batman? No,
Let's know
Nolan,
Batman.
Nolan.
Nolan.
No. I'm
Okay.
talking about Michael
Yeah,
Keaton
exactly.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
and Chris Reeves.
Yes.
First age, Golden Age, first
Yes,
age.
Yeah.
Golden
Good.
Age, yeah.
Correct. Agreed.
Then the second age would be we go with X-Men, the 90s. Fox.
Yeah. Fox.
Fox. Yeah.
The Fox age.
The Fox age. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then do we go to Nolan or MCU?
Did they overlap after the first one?
They did. I think they
I don't
did.
because Dark Knight Rise. It was if there's an overlap, there's a slight overlap.
What year was
No, no,
What year was the
no.
first one? DK. The first one.
Uh,
Batman Begins. Sorry.
Batman Begins. I'm trying to
it's-
remember.
it's-
Let me
yeah,
check.
right. Can you help me check, please? Mm,
Which one? Dark Knight Rises.
begins.
so-
Begins.
Yeah.
Begins.
2005.
2005. We
Yeah.
went to see that together.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Iron Man was
2000
2008.
they are similar.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would say those.
Yes.
That's the next era.
That's the next era.
Yeah.
Start
Okay,
with
so that's
Batman
the
Begins.
first
But then I'll separate the phase one. I'll start Avengers as a new as a
That's the problem. Then it becomes a bit more complex.
No,
Yeah.
well, I think that era literally ended
Yeah.
around now.
The era from Batman Begins till
All
now.
the way, yeah, because I think from then onwards, Superman basically took over box office.
Wait. So that's
Yeah,
the
the third
age.
age. So
we're
I
talking
think that
about,
third
right?
age.
So if I say the third age,
I don't think. So what Tunde is trying to do now is put a line in the sand of that third age
Yeah.
ending. I don't know.
With Endgame.
okay, Endgame. I can say Endgame.
Yeah,
So-
I
why
can
I'm
say
saying Endgame is the end of an age is that from Endgame till now we've had more. There was a time when superhero
No,
movies were
okay.
always
So
box office
no, so
successes.
those are
Yeah,
end game. Say the end of that phase, which was because I think that
No, end of that phase is no. Let's say end.
no, because
end.
end of that phase
End of that phase.
It's a nice ending.
included a good Spider-Man film now, which was the coda to Endgame.
Where does Raimi's
Which one?
I think that's when it ended.
Raimi? Sam Raimi.
Sam
Oh,
Raimi.
that
Sam Raimi's with Fox Age. So
It's the
age
Fox
two.
Age.
Yeah,
Fox
Fox Age.
Yeah. So two.
Yeah.
Sony and Fox. We'll put that two. Then the third age is the one that we're describing now,
Yes.
which is the MCU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nolan. Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DCU.
yeah, they're all
When
the same.
comic book movies were box office champions.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so age 3.
Yeah.
Then age 4 is the shits that we started getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
From
I
Endgame
would
to
say we all disagree about last year. That was all bad.
Yeah.
Even though it
More-
makes to me at this age, the deletion
Has
is not
been
really
mixed.
ended. But if
It's ended now.
no, but here's my point. If Superman does do very
Yeah.
well and starts,
Yeah.
then it's a
It's the
new
dawn.
age.
It's a new age.
But if
yeah.
it doesn't, it's a
It
continuation.
continues.
It's a continuation of this
it
age.
continues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I want Superman to
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
Like we can point Superman and say, yeah.
Okay.
Superman
I agree.
movies are back.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
In fact, to be honest, guys, let's age 5 starts with Superman. You know why? Because phase 6 starts as well with Fantastic
Yes,
Four.
for
Yeah.
DCU
So let's just
starting as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Fine.
Four.
Okay.
Yes, the 5th age of comic book movies is a good start for both houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Okay, thanks, guys. Oh my God, we've been going on and on and on. Episode 242 of Naija's Geeking Out, your favorite comic book podcast with the Naija twist. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk next week. And go watch Superman, please.
Everybody
Go
go
watch
watch
Superman.
Superman
Spend time with Superman.
multiple times. Take
Multiple
everybody.
times.
I know, I know,
Yes,
I know, I know somebody who's going to see that at least 3 times.
yes.
I
Yeah.
think I'll.
It's,
I
Oh,
think
that,
I'll.
I
I think I'll start.
everybody
boy,
here
that, boy,
has
that, boy, that boy seen it more than 2 times, definitely.
Yeah.
everybody here has homework.
Yeah, I will sit
Can't
on
wait.
Wednesday, sit on Friday, probably sit on Sunday as well. So it's like multiple
Calm,
viewings.
calm
Yes,
down. Calm down.
Mm,
I think I'm seeing it
because
on Saturday.
yeah, there's personal viewing, there's
That's
viewing with
fine.
everybody else. Like yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah. So I'm saying it by myself this weekend. Then I have a group viewing next week. Somebody's out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and I told her
Okay.
I'm like I can't wait. The guy was like, oh, what about me?
I see.
like I'm not waiting. Like oh, I'll like so you're not saying I'm like we're gonna see it together. Don't worry. But me, I'm seeing
But
I'm seeing it first. But I'm seeing it
however,
first.
I'm gonna watch it myself first.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. All right, brilliant. Today, say your goodbyes.
Yeah, see you guys next week when we are discussing Superman, hopefully with joys and
Oh my God.
celebration. I'm really
Oh
looking
my
forward to
God.
that talk. But till
Oh my
then,
What,
Reg?
how does Duke say? Is it, don't look up or whatever.
Uh,
The Superman thing. Well, I will see you guys next week. Is this something about look up, right?
something like that. Yeah.
up and
Oh,
away.
look up! No, no, look up! Is it a plane? Is it there, or is it a bird? Is it a plane?
No,
There's
there's
something
one.
there's something he put for Superman. Anyways, we'll
Okay.
see you next week. Hopefully
Yeah.
we're all smiles for Superman.
Hopefully. That
Hopefully.
boy.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for listening, and we'll see you later.